Hello and welcome to the Love Talk, and in today's program we'll be talking about something very peculiar, and this is what I'm talking about. We have a prop today. Okay?
What does a luggage have to do with your love life?
That's right. What does a luggage have to do with your love life, with relationships? You know, this is a way for us to illustrate to you what many people go through, men and women. You know, regardless age, whether they are in a relationship or not, we all carry one of this. It's not an issue, a problem per se, but it's something that we need to, deal with.
It's interesting that most people don't know that they have that in their relationship,
Yeah.
but today they will find out.
Sometimes they are this small, sometimes they're a little bit bigger, and it's the whole set sometimes. Okay, but before we go into that, we're going to watch our trip for two to Pizza Man in Lucian. It was a delicious experience, by the way.
This is the only time that I got this man to go into the kitchen and cook for me.
Yes. Kind of. So let's watch it and we'll be back after the break. Hello everyone, here we are, very excited
In another
our
trip for
two in this special place. As you can see, it's a winner of European Gluten-Free Pizza Championship 2015, Pizza Man.
Very cozy place in
Very
Lucian.
cozy, very nice.
So we are very, very excited today.
And very hungry for pizza.
And very hungry because today we get to make for the first time a pizza. So
I've
we're gonna
never-
make it and eat it.
Yes, I've never made pizza before.
And thank goodness it's not a competition because
Yes,
then he would
because
just
I would lose
ruin
straight away.
and he would ruin the experience. So
We have the pleasure of having here with us the owner of Pizza Man, Mr. Abdel. Please, Mr. Abdel, thank you very much for having us. How are you?
Fine, you?
Good. So, Mr. Abdel, tell us a little bit about Pizza Man.
All right. Like everyone now, pizza is Italian. When we like to make pizza, we think to make proper Italian pizza. For this, I go in Italy. I contact famous company, Pizza Man is biggest company now, bigger pizzeria in. Start from Florence and now is in Pisa, is in Milano,
Wow.
everywhere. I contact them and I bring them here in England to show people the real pizza, the pizza Italian, proper one. And that is Pizza Man.
So
that is the first branch of Pizza Man in UK.
Wow.
The classic pizza is sourdough pizza. That is
Yes.
the sourdough is the famous one.
okay.
But we found, and some people like whole meal. We do for them base of whole meal. Some people have allergy about gluten, but they're right to eat pizza.
Of
We
course.
make for them pizza
Exactly.
gluten free.
You have to
agree.
win your customers, right? You can lose customers.
All right.
You see?
And we have the split flour that is the healthy grain and is original, and we make choice for the people. Everyone he can take his choice.
Good. You see, you have to have the mind of a business person. You see, open to everyone. So, which one will we be making today? It's our choice, or you guys will?
We go first for classic.
Classic.
Okay. Which is sourdough.
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 Yeah.
So shall we have Andrea
Shall we have
here?
the Andrea,
our
which is the
pizzaiolo, who will be
pizzaiolo.
teaching us today.
How are you, Andrea? Thank you very much.
Thank you for teaching us.
Yes. Can I
Okay.
grab it?
Of course, you can.
Oh.
You need first remove all the hair. All of this. Close.
Okay.
After, like this. You make.
Oh, you have to remove the air.
Yes.
Okay, got it, got it.
No air. Great.
Okay, so once it's like this,
We have to have some rest.
okay, it has to
Don't
rest a
need
bit.
some rest to give best.
Okay.
Now pizzaiolo, he tried to open the pizza. And we see how here now is time of...
Here we go. Aha.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing that.
There you go.
that proof,
I will.
you see the dough, how is elastic and he can't come broken or something. That's
perfect.
Means it's perfect.
So when he does that and it doesn't break, it means it's
To give some air.
okay. Okay.
Because it's tomato and cheese. And that he show you the quality of the real pizza.
Beautiful.
All right.
There you go.
Of course, Mediterranean flavor is basil and all these things.
Olives.
Some
No, olives doesn't go in regular
olives.
pizza. No, I'm not getting
Parmesan
that.
cheese.
Parmesan cheese.
And
And this is
buffalo mozzarella,
okay.
Oh, look at that.
the real one. Now in oven.
So it's pretty quick.
It's very quick.
How long does it need to stay inside?
No more than 2 minutes.
No more than 2 minutes. What is the
minutes.
temperature inside of the oven?
It's 320.
320. Wow. Careful there.
Our
Look at
pizza is
that.
ready.
This is Italian pizza, friends. This is proper Italian pizza.
Some olive oil.
An extra oil. An extra basil. Ta-da! Here we go.
Try this.
Genuine Italian pizza. Oh, it's pretty hot. Our cameraman is Italian. He's drooling behind the camera right now. Huh?
Hello YouTube, I am Rafa and this is Luke and we are the presenters of the Love Talk Show.
And you can subscribe to this channel, like, share, and leave your comments below. Welcome back to the Love Talk. We would like to thank everyone at Pizza Man for the experience, the lovely time we had together at Pizza Man. By the way, our producers asking us to make sure they are gluten-free.
To say that we learned how to make gluten-free
pizza. That's right. So I'm obeying her. Okay. So we showed you this luggage right in the beginning of the show because this is what we're going to be talking about. The baggage that many people are carrying with them. Okay. All of us, we carry some sort of baggage with us. I don't know, small, big, heavy, light, it doesn't really matter. And it's not about getting rid of it 100%. Sometimes it's about knowing how to deal with it. And that's what we're going to be exploring in today's program.
And sometimes it's to be aware that you have it. Because many people, they carry this, they bring this into relationships, but they have no idea.
No idea. And they end up dumping it on others, right? Forgetting that they also have perhaps one or a set of luggage with them, okay? So we're gonna watch the testimonial, the story of Elisa Bocepa, who carried quite a lot.
She illustrates
Quite a
well
lot,
what
yes.
we're saying here.
Quite a lot of baggage throughout the years, and we're gonna see what happened to her and to the previous relationships in which she had. Let's take a look.
My name is Elisa Bocepa. I'm a university student. My life, as I was growing up, it was in a family of a single mom. We were 4 siblings, and we grew up in a way. Between us, we were very together. I always see my mom single, but she always was very strong-minded and very strong woman where she was raising us by herself. So I had this example of a woman strong-minded in myself. I grew up in Madrid and I saw my mom, I think, just once in a relationship. She never brought like men home, but she had a relationship where it didn't work. And from then on, I never see her again with anybody. But I know she had many disappointments in her relationships, in her love life, because we obviously, my brothers and I, we are all different dads, but we are the same mom. So that means my mom, she had a lot of disappointments. So this is what I see. I have never met my dad in my entire life. And my mom, she always tried to push me to for him to call me or for me to get to meet him, but it never happened. Not just because I didn't want it, because I didn't mind, I wouldn't mind, but he never made the effort to contact me, so I never had the chance to meet him. Now I learned it did affect me, but before I thought that I never missed it at that figure. But when I came to England and I had my own child, I knew, yes, it did affect me within myself, the way I am, the way I express myself, the way I didn't know my place in that moment. So it did affect me. Not to see my dad around and to see always my mom working for us. So I lived in this environment where my mom, she's always at work, and I'm with my siblings, and my siblings, they don't have that authority over me. So I used to go out from very early age, lying, that I will be sleeping in my friend's house, but then I will be going rave. And it made me to see the world at night time, where you just stay with whoever you want to, you do whatever you want to, and you don't have to explain nothing to nobody. So this is the way I grew up since I was 14. I went out, I take drugs since I was very young. I sleep around, and from very early age. So this is the way I lived when I was in Spain, yeah. I would say my first relationship, it was when I was 16. Like I started 16, 17 years old. I started to meet someone that it was wonderful within my eyes. Oh my gosh, he was the guy, nice. He used to behave very nicely with me. He was a nice person to me. We were together for quite long, but the fact that I did not know how to behave, I did not know what is a woman's figure as in a relationship. So I will do whatever I wanted to, or I will be trying to impose my thoughts or my opinions. So, and this I could see he was not able to having it, because he grew in a family where there is family, like mom, dad, and I did not. So he knew what it was a woman has to look like, and I did not. So then I started to just going out at night time, working at night times, and I didn't care about staying with someone, like being in a relationship with someone. No, this was my aim. So I just decided to put myself like, oh no, I'm strong by myself. I do whatever I want. I go around whenever I want. So I started working at night time and with problems at home, obviously, because this type of life, we just can bring new problems at home. So with the problems at home, I started to get more involved in the nightclubs and drugs and party life. And so it got to a point of time that I was 18 until 23, I was always in this life. Monday to Sunday, nightclubs, drinking, drugs. I wasn't that type of woman that they will be really, have feelings for a man, something like this. I will just like you. If I like you, I stay with you. If I don't like you, I didn't want a proper relationship because I already saw, when you see whatever is at home, you don't want the same thing. So you stay away of this. So I thought, okay, let me stay by myself, doing my life, going out, night, drink, If I like someone, yes, I can stay with you, but it's not. I'm not gonna put my heart, my feelings onto you. So I did have very relationship, but I wasn't putting myself to there. I met my daughter's father when I was like 22 or something like this. I liked him from the moment I saw him because he was very handsome, and I liked the physical part. I didn't ask myself who is this person or what type of person he is. No, I didn't ask nothing of that. I just saw the physical and I liked him and I wanted to be with him. And when he saw me as well, he liked me from the day one. So at the beginning, he was very nice to me. He would buy me anything I want. He would take me here. He would take me there. He would tell me many sweet words. And this would make me fall in love to him. He was a very nice person to me in that moment until we go on the relationship, and then I was working in the nightclubs as well. So when I was working, I found out that he was cheating on me. So I was very aggressive myself. So we start fighting, and then with the girl, terrible. But I still decided to stay with him because he came to me to say that he will never do this anymore. You know, when somebody tells you so many sweet words and this repentance business that never is nothing. But I believed in his word because I wanted to believe in that words because I don't know, I just wanted to believe, and then I stayed with him because I really like him, not because I don't know, if I didn't knew that he could do it again. I just wanted to stay with him, and then I forgive him. When the month passed by, I got pregnant. And even though he was telling me he wasn't cheating on me, one night we were sleeping at home together, and someone was knocking at the door, and then it was like they opened the door, and then I was sleeping. I was pregnant for, I think I was 5 or 4 months. And the lady came inside, and then he said, "Who is this woman? Why is it?" And I was like, "You asking me who am I? And I'm asking you, who are you?" She was telling me, no, he was sleeping with her for a long time, and I didn't know nothing. So I was pregnant. I was like, what is this? So from that day on, I could not stay with this guy anymore. So I continued with my pregnancy because he was already far. He was 4 months. So I packed myself and I went to my mom's house, and from that day on, I never been with him anymore, like never. When I had my daughter, I don't know, I was looking for a way out. I was looking for a way out. How could I change within myself? Because I knew I wasn't the best person in that moment. I was a very angry person, and I knew how many things and rubbish I did. You understand? I didn't have the best to offer to my own daughter, so I wanted to change so badly, but I did not know how. So my cousins offered me to come to England, and I said, maybe this is what I'm going to do. So when I had my baby, my daughter, she was very little, so I couldn't travel in that very moment with her. So I waited for 3 months. That's the time where they can travel. So when she was 3 months, I just packed everything, and I said to him, I'm going. And then I packed my things and I came to England. In that very moment, I just was concentrated. I was just needed help with Liz because I didn't know how to deal with my child. It was my first time having a child. I didn't know nothing. My mom wasn't around. I was in a new country. So I most needed help with my own child in that moment. So when I came, I was not concentrated in men in that very moment. But later on, when I got used to the country and stuff like that, I did have another relationship, but it was like spontaneous. if I can say that. Then I moved from my cousin's house to Manchester. And then when I moved from my cousin's house to Manchester, I had a lot of problems within myself. I wasn't the best mom, I wasn't the best person, and I had a little baby of 8 months, so I needed to change, but I didn't know how. So I came to this, my friend took me to this place of worship. Well, the beginning, I didn't take serious the things that they were teaching me, but one day, out of revolt, out of thinking, why is it that I'm gonna be with this type of men that did not offer me nothing to me? I'm intelligent, you understand? Why should I be in this type of things? I can change. So I decided to change. I just decided I don't want this life. I don't want to be with this man and the other. I don't want my daughter to see this. I don't want someone to laugh at me or thinking that he's laughing at me because I know your game. So I didn't want this life no more. So I decided to give everything to change whatever it was in me. So, yeah.
So what we see here is a classic example, right? Someone who grew up without a father figure. We can't blame her mother 100% because I believe her mother tried her best. And according to her, her mother perhaps somehow failed to be the role model she expected to. So what we have a young lady growing up full of issues, meaning experiencing what she experienced in the house, witnessing what she witnessed, and then also having to deal with her personal issues, right? So, in other words, along the years, the luggage became very heavy, very, very heavy, and kept accumulating. You know, she was struggling with pride, couldn't handle relationship properly, basically bossing men around, right? Not allowing them to even voice their opinion or guide her, give her some sort of help, per se. So she became a very difficult person to deal with.
It's common, but at least with us, was like that too. We don't realize the issues that we have until we are living 24/7 with someone. Then you start understanding some of your reactions, some of the way you see life in general. It's because of how you were brought up, the things that you learned, that you saw as you were growing up. So it's not even something that you can control. Mm-hmm. This is who you are. The problem is people bring that into the relationships, sometimes hoping that the relationship itself will sort whatever issue, internal, emotional, psychological issue they have, and never works. Mm-hmm. Instead of that relationship fixing your issues destroy the relationship.
Because the other person who you meet or who's going to be your perhaps future husband or wife that person has her set of baggage that they've been carrying with them. So when two people come together and they put that luggage all together, I mean, it takes up space, it suffocates them, and it becomes very hard. You see that she even tried to change that by changing countries, moving from one country to another. Let me try my luck, go elsewhere and see if, I don't know, I can find someone different, maybe a change of environment, change of places, and that's what many people do. They think that by changing jobs or, moving from one house to another, neighborhood to another, or country, or traveling, buying, or I don't know, going out, somehow they can let go of those things and overcome those things. However, you can't, because wherever you go, you are carrying that baggage with you. You are carrying that with you. So there's no way for you to overcome that, to let go of that.
By changing.
By changing places, environment, even partners,
Yeah.
you know, unless you deal with that yourself. You have to deal with that yourself. You see, also one of the things she mentions, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is fear. You know, you see, it was a mixture of things: fear, guilt, pride, the past, you know, perhaps anger. We know many people, they live in such a way due to anger, frustration. Like she was saying, you know, I will treat men, you know, sorry, but it's like trash, you know. So what is that? That's the result of what the person is inside, of that baggage that she was carrying inside of her. All the hurt of the past, all the, you know, all the experience she had while she was a child, the lack of love, I don't know, the structure, the presence of the father, all that accumulated, it made her baggage very heavy.
Indeed. And how can you make any relationship successful when you're carrying so much inside of you, right?
That's right. So let's go now into the second part of the story. First, we're going to go into the break, and after that, we're going to watch the second part of Elisa Bocepa's story. Stay with us. Hi, YouTube. Did you know that we hold a seminar called Love Talk Live every Thursday, 8 p.m.? That's right, at the address below that you can see, and it's completely free.
And there we talk about similar topics of the ones we talk about here on Love Talk Show. You can get in touch with us by emailing us questions@lovetalkshow.tv or through our Facebook page, Love Talk Show.
That's right.
We'll see you there.
Welcome to the Love Talk, and today we are talking about baggages, right? What does it have to do with, you know, a relationship? What does it have to do with a person's love life? What does it have to do with a person's marriage? So it has a lot to do, as we could see in the first part of Elisa's story, okay? When she mentioned the lack of a father figure, difficult times with her mother, you know, going from one relationship to another, not being happy, you know, getting involved with one of the boyfriends, the partners, and then getting pregnant, and then finding out later on that he was cheating on her, moving countries, thinking that that was the solution to her problems. But as you know, when you move, what do you carry with you?
Especially when you move.
Especially when you move abroad. When you move for good, there's a lot you carry with you. And that's what we saw in the first part.
Yeah, her story illustrates very well what many people go through. Sometimes your situation, it may be that it's not as serious as Elisa's, but as you hear her story, I could relate to a lot of the points she brought up. Why? You could understand when she said that her relationships didn't work. You could understand why. So now you're going to watch if she turned her life around. So let's take a look.
When I just came to this place of worship, I learned that the anger was because I was accumulating a lot of things in my house, a lot of failures that you have of life, and I was accumulating within me. It was more in my unconscious, where you know you did something wrong, but you put it at the back of your mind and you think it's perfect. Also, because of a lot of drugs that I use, this affect my character and my way of responding to things. It was in a very angry way. So I knew that came from that in that moment. But later on, when I start being like more relief of myself, I learned how to use myself. But deep inside of me, with my love life, I didn't bother anymore about men or something like that. Because it's like I put to the side that side and I concentrated in me. I concentrated within myself first. I concentrated in who is Elisa and how she's going to change, how she's going to be better. But with the time passed by, you want more. You can't be by yourself. But when the time came for me to want more, want someone by my side, someone from that family that I never knew before, I never wanted before. But when I learned step by step that we need someone by your side. I learned also in the Love Talk life with the time, with the seminars I came many times. I learned that family is the base of life, that husband and wife is the base after you communing with God. So this type of things, it was like I was a born new baby to it. So I learned this, but inside of me I had this, that small stone that is still there, that did not come out of you. And it was because I still had the past hurts of my relationships. It wasn't even more about my character or who is Elisa in that moment. No, it was about my love life. That it was like a little thing there that did not overcome it yet. Just coming to the seminars, I learned how to overcome myself, how to open my mind in this wife or woman, the role of a woman, the role of a wife. And for me, it was so beautiful that I wanted that. I wanted that to be that wife. I wanted to be that woman. But at the same time, it was something like, oh no, like inside of me, like, no. It was like somebody's gonna do the same thing to me. So one day I used my faith and I said, my God, I cannot be like this because I actually want to get married. I actually want to be with someone. I actually want my daughter to have someone, to have a dad, to have someone she can relate to as well as she can, enjoy. So I used my faith, and that day I remember it was something like, when you have weight on yourself and then you take it out, you feel so good. You feel so relief. That's what happened through coming to the seminars and when I learned in that very moment how to take it out of my chest. After I gave this, my fears in that moment, that I wasn't facing of my love life, I took it out of my chest, and then months, like 1 month, it didn't take long. It's like in the 2 weeks, in 1 month, my friend, she came to me to tell me about someone, and she wanted to introduce me to this person, but I was very, I was very scared, or not scared anymore about the love life. No, it wasn't this. It was like, oh my gosh, where am I going? You understand? But I said, okay, let me breathe and face this, because it can be a good thing. You never know. You always pray that you were someone, so let me see. So, yes, I met this person, and at first, to be honest, I did not like him. I did not like him in the appearance, because it was something that I always learn in the seminars. You don't have to look at the appearance. You don't have to look at, because you never know. But when you always want the perfect man, that like this, like that. But to be honest, I gave myself a chance, even though I didn't want to. I gave myself a chance because I learned this, and I applied it to myself, and I was not disappointed at all. He was a very nice person. I got to know him, and I got to know his character. I look at who is him and how he influenced to me, and it was nice. We have the same mind, we have the same goals, and it was wonderful because I was not scared to open up to him, to say, oh, just to speak about my own self, because sometimes you meet someone but you want to hide some stuff. Don't want to say this. No, I was not scared. I was free completely. I was like, this is who I am. This is what I did. This is what I went through. I was very open, very transparent. And him the same thing. So we started talking. We saw that we matched each other. We like each other. And then after me and Moms, we are still with each other and we love each other. And it's wonderful. It's something that when you grow in this type of life where you don't have the role of a family united, you think you don't want this, but you do want it. You want it, and it's everything that I wanted before. And I never had it. Now I have it. It's wonderful. The differences between this relationship and the past relationship is the first thing. I did not look at the appearance. I tried to give myself a chance to get to know the person. So when I did this, I find out the person who is. And then in the past, I didn't care about who is this person, what have he done in his life, what's his mind, what's his future, I did not care about who the person's goals or something. I just care about, I like him, I like your physical, and let's go. But this time, I looked into the detail completely. I look at the detail, I look at the character, I look the way you express yourself, I look the way you express yourself with your family, I look at the way you express yourself with the people around you, I look at the way you are with yourself, I look at the way even when you get angry, I look at the way you express yourself when you are angry. So I look at every detail, and every detail I liked. So that's the difference. I did not go for emotions. I go for intelligent. And fair enough, he's not ugly at all. He's very handsome. So, so I end up winning when when you listen to the intelligences. Yeah.
So you see how love also has to be learned, right? One thing that she said I really, really like is that when her current relationship, when she first saw him, she wasn't really attracted to him. She didn't think, nothing would come of it. And although attraction is important in a relationship, it's not what makes a relationship work. So you see, she gave herself and him a second chance to see if there was something interesting there. And as she got to know him, attraction came. Yeah. So you see, this is intelligent love. Whereas before, she was thinking with her heart, trying to think, deciding with her heart, and breaking her heart in the process.
Yeah. When she learned that she had to herself get rid of that baggage that she was carrying for so many years, and change from within, not worrying about places where she would go or live, or what kind of person she would be with next. As you mentioned, she at first wasn't physically attracted to her current partner. She learned to observe other things, right? And she also mentioned that she learned to pay attention to the details, before going into the relationship with that man.
Very important.
Whereas
as well.
Before she wasn't doing that. You see that this excess of baggage causes people even to become blind. They become blind. How does a person become blind when it comes to the matters of the heart, when it comes to relationships? When the person is thinking with the heart, is acting by impulse, is not thinking ahead, not thinking, what could be or how that relationship could end up. So from jumping from jumping from one relationship to another to a very solid relationship now. Learning through the seminars how to use an intelligent love, use her head, and most importantly, as I would like to emphasize here, to highlight, is getting rid of this once and for all, diminishing, right? Or learning to deal with certain things. You know, we can't change who we are 100%. We can't change. We are who we are. However, we need to be molded.
There are certain things that we have to let go of, that we have to change.
There are certain things we have to let go of. We're not saying here that, you know, you have to change completely, become another person. No, you are who you are. You have your, you know, your personality, etc. However, your personality, your character, who you are, needs perhaps to be sharpened, to be molded, you know, and by analyzing, by taking a close look at what perhaps could be the baggage that you've been carrying with you, emotional hurt, past hurt, disappointments, anger, frustration, the list goes on. By analyzing that, you'll be able, you know, to make it much lighter to carry. You know, if you have baggage excess, you have to pay extra at the airport, right? And that's what happens in life. You end up paying extra. So by doing that, by doing what she did, you are able to make it lighter. It makes it easier for you to carry. When you meet the other half, believe me, the other half will have his or her set of luggage. It's going to be much easier to handle the relationship and move forward with the relationship.
Because many people, when their relationships fail, there are many reasons why it failed. It wasn't the right person, or that person didn't want commitment, he wasn't serious. So it's always something else that made the relationship go wrong. And they don't realize that many of these times, the problem is in you. It's the baggage that you're carrying. You bring that into the relationship without realizing. So your decisions, your reactions, all this play a part in ending the relationship.
And that's what you end up doing. You end up taking the luggage you're carrying with you and placing on your partner. Not only one, two,
and now
4,
I have his 5. And mine.
That's right. So she's got both now. And that's not marriage. Marriage is about sharing
the load.
You know, the load, exactly. So that's what Elisa learned, and right now she's enjoying a good relationship with her current partner, and she's happy. We could see her even smiling at the end. So if you missed any of today's segments, if you missed the first part of today's program, the first part of her story, pardon me, you can log on to lovetalkshow.tv. You can also email us at questions@lovetalkshow.tv, and we will answer your questions. You can also send comments, or any relationship-related issue that you are facing. We'll be more than glad to reply to you. Okay, so we're gonna go into the break right now and come back with the conclusion. Stay with us.
Hi YouTube, hope you're enjoying watching our show right now.
And just so you know, you also can find us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter on the details below on your screen.
Make sure you follow us on there too to stay up to date.
Welcome back to the Love Talk, and here's the topic of today's program that we've been discussing here from the beginning of the program. When two people come together.
I should have one here too.
Yeah, you should. We should have one.
Imagine I have one here, yeah?
Yeah. Bigger than mine?
Probably, and unfortunately, yeah.
Not really. So when two people, they come together, they bring their own sets of luggage, which is habits, experiences, personal issues. Like us, for example, we had different upbringings, grew up in different parts of Brazil, different towns,
Lots of things were different.
Lots of things were different. The way her family raised her up, the way my family raised me up. So a lot of things. When we came together, we could see that. We could see that, you know, we had to help each other handle the baggage that we each brought into the relationship. Some people managed to get rid of those baggages and, you know, before they go into a relationship. Others, but to be honest with you, some of them, if not most of them, we only manage to do that when we are in a relationship, because that's when we realize, that's when we see who we truly are. You know, I like to say that our spouses are like mirrors, right? When I married her, that's when I truly got to know who I am. Because, you know, we in our own eyes, we are perfect.
Indeed.
Right? We are flawless, we are perfect.
Great people.
Great people. So we can be great people, but we are not, you know, that we are not perfect. So one of the things we are trying to make you understand here is that this is something you cannot ignore. Everyone carries one of this. As I said, one or more. What does it represent in case of you who are just joining us now and you were unable to watch us from the beginning? This represents all that we experience in life, what we witness in life, growing up, I don't know, in a broken home, not having both parents, which was the case of Elisa today. We saw her story today, not having her father figure, having a very difficult relationship with her mother. And then comes the world, friends, media, so many things that ended up molding us, right? And we carry a lot inside of us. So knowing how to handle this, knowing how to deal with this is very important. Otherwise, you go into a relationship, as you mentioned before, the previous segment, otherwise you end up going to a relationship, forgetting that person also has a particular set of luggage, and you're going to end up putting more strain on that person because you think that, you know, you don't have this, you don't have to deal with this, and then that person becomes suffocated. I don't know. It causes lots of problems within the relationship.
The problem is that many people, they think they have to learn everything else in life, but when it comes to love, they're supposed to know. It just happens. You just know how to be in a relationship. You just know how to get married and get along fine with your spouse, when it's not true. For example, in Elisa's case, she never experienced or saw a great relationship. Her father wasn't there with her mother. Her mother had different relationships throughout her life, so she didn't know what a good relationship even looked like. So how could she have her own relationship and know what to do?
And it's pointless to be blaming others, right? It's pointless for you to blame other people. Like in her case, she could put the blame on the absence of her father, the way her mother treated her, and so on and so forth, okay? Fair enough. We know that, you know, there could be, how can I say, some truth to that. But how can that help you? There's no way for you to go back into the past and deal with that. So it's about now, okay? This is what I'm carrying with me. It's very heavy. I need to deal with these issues. I need to deal with the fear. I need to deal with this frustration. What makes me angry? What makes me this person who puts others off? You know, what pushes people away? Let me deal with that. By doing that, you become a very easy person to deal with. Just like this luggage here, this suitcase, which is very light right now. Very, very light. There's nothing inside, by the way, okay? Very light. So you can deal. You are able, you feel much better with yourself, and people feel much better when they're close to you. You attract the right person. You know, you become a very easy person to deal with. And still, you are not perfect. You still have certain issues to deal with. However, because the two of you now are very light, you're able to get through that.
It's not
you share the burden.
It's not going to affect your relationship because both of you will know how to deal with each other's baggage. But this is something that you need to learn. It doesn't come naturally, it doesn't come automatically. You need to learn that. To be able to put aside your baggage or get rid of some of it only through intelligent love.
By the way, once you get married, you begin to accumulate a different set of what? Of baggage.
New experiences.
Yes, new experiences, things you're gonna have to go through together. So imagine we are here now together and we begin, a new family, the two of us, and we have now a new set of luggage because now we are married and for 1 year, 3, 5, 10. However, from time to time, we go back into the storage room and what do we find there? We find the baggage from the past. So in other words, it's still there. It's still there. And now you're putting both together, right? The ones you're having now, the ones you are acquiring now, and the ones from the past. Mm-hmm. So that's when couples begin to face a lot of problems, a lot of friction between them two. Because either the man or the woman, they go back there and they pick up one of the luggage and bring it into today's relationship.
Yeah.
And it really messes everything up, which leads people into divorce and suffering a lot. So,
if you realize that you have baggage and you see that every relationship that you have had, you messed it up a bit. People usually see that after it's over. I should have behaved differently. I could have done things differently. If you see that you are like that, then get in touch with us. Go to our website, lovetalkshow.tv, and get in touch with us, and we'll be very happy to help you because we have been through that.
We're not gonna take your luggage, okay? We're not gonna take it for us. We have our own already, but ours is very light right now. We will be able to deal with that, okay? So I believe our prop today helped people understand a bit better.
Down now.
No, I'm gonna keep it. It's very light. I'm enjoying today. We enjoy this relationship here very much. Okay, so this is it, guys, for today. We thank you very much for your company. And don't forget, lovetalkshow.tv is our website. You can get links to our YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram, and also our email, questions@lovetalkshow.tv, in case you want to send us your questions. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's all for today's Love Talk Show. Be sure to tune in next week to learn more on how to love intelligently.